Most people think walking is simple. You lift one foot, then the other, and you move forward. But when you reach a certain age, especially after 60 or 70, walking is no longer just a means of getting from one place to another. It becomes a test of balance, a dance with gravity, a reflection of how well your body and mind are still in sync. For many older men, a fall is more than just a stumble. It's a signal, a warning, a turning point. A single misstep can lead to weeks in bed, lost independence, or worse. But what if some men never fall? What if certain walking habits, often unnoticed, secretly protect them? These men don't glide through life because of perfect health or expensive shoes. They walk with intention, awareness, and a few unexpected habits that keep them steady on their feet. These are not complicated medical tricks. These are deeply human patterns, learned through experience, often invisible to the younger eye. Let's begin with the first habit. The men who rarely fall often walk slower. But not because they are weak, it's because they are wise. In a world that idolizes speed, these men choose steadiness. They don't rush across parking lots. They don't try to keep pace with their grandkids. Their steps are deliberate, thoughtful, each one lands with purpose. Slowing down gives their brain time to analyze the ground ahead. It gives their body a moment to adjust if something feels off. A crack in the pavement, a loose stone, a small dip. All of these become visible when you're not moving fast. According to a study in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy, older adults who walk more slowly with consistent stride length tend to have fewer balance-related incidents. This isn't weakness, it's strategy. They walk like old warriors, with quiet attention. Now think about how most people carry their weight when they walk. The younger body distributes weight naturally. The core holds firm. The legs swing. The balance comes easy. But aging changes that. The muscles shrink. The joints ache. The spine doesn't hold like it used to. That's why the second habit matters so much. These older men walk with their core, not their knees, not their hips. Their stability comes from the center, and they know it. So they engage it. Every time they rise from a chair, every time they take a step, they pull in their stomach just slightly. They straighten their back without stiffness. It creates a foundation, a sense of control, and it's invisible. You wouldn't see it unless you knew to look for it. One quiet man in a park who had survived 2 strokes and a hip replacement once said, "The day I learned to walk from my belly, I stopped being afraid of falling." That's not a medical quote, but it might be the most accurate description of functional aging anyone has ever said. Then comes the third habit. It might surprise you. These men scan the ground like readers scanning a book. Their eyes move ahead, not down at their feet, but forward, predictively. They notice the rise in a sidewalk before it arrives. The change in texture between gravel and pavement, a slick patch where the sun hasn't dried the dew. They don't rely only on their feet to tell them what's under them. Their eyes act as scouts, and their mind stays present. Distraction is the enemy of balance. One misplaced thought, one phone ringing, one memory stealing attention. That's all it takes to fall. So they build the habit of walking like hunters. Calm, alert. This isn't paranoia, it's awareness. Studies show that older adults who use visual cues more actively while walking are less likely to fall. But it's more than data. It's mindfulness in motion. Here's where it gets even more unexpected. The fourth secret habit. These men talk to themselves while walking. Not loudly, not like someone confused, but with intention. Maybe it's a whisper, maybe it's only in their head, but they coach themselves. Right foot, left foot, straight back, eyes ahead. They create rhythm, like a mantra, like a drummer keeping time. This self-talk gives structure to what would otherwise be automatic, and by doing so, it brings walking back under conscious control. In a world filled with noise, this quiet rhythm becomes their metronome. A retired Navy officer once revealed he used to march in his head. I say the word steady with every step, he shared. That word reminds me to respect the ground beneath me. Strange as it may sound, cognitive behavioral studies have proven that this kind of rhythmic mental patterning improves motor control in older adults. It's like their mind is leading their body. Every step becomes intentional and safe. The fifth habit might seem like something out of a Tai Chi class. These men feel the ground, not metaphorically, physically. They don't stomp, they don't shuffle. They let their souls feel the floor. Heel first, then the ball, then the toe. Each footstep is a conversation with the earth. This sensitivity trains the nervous system. It builds feedback. It teaches the body to adjust in real time. When the foot knows the floor, the mind can predict the next step. It's a quiet partnership. They don't drag their feet. They don't slam them down either. It's smooth, almost graceful. And it makes all the difference. A case study involving older practitioners of mindful walking found that fall rates dropped by over 40% within a few months. But beyond the numbers, the feeling matters more. They walk not to prove they still can, but to stay connected to their body. All 5 of these habits are deeply human, not driven by machines or medicines, but by awareness, intention, and lived wisdom. And when you combine them, something powerful happens. Walking is no longer a risk. It becomes a form of self-respect. These men aren't trying to impress anyone. They're not walking to win races. They walk to stay free, to stay upright, to stay themselves. Think of a man who walks across his garden every morning. Maybe he's in his late 70s, maybe his knees hurt, maybe he moves slower than he did when he was 50. But he places each foot with care. He breathes in the morning air. He listens to the sound of gravel underfoot. He sees the sunlight on the leaves. That's not just walking. That's resilience. And the men who ignore these habits? Many of them fall not because they are weak, but because they are distracted, or rushing, or disconnected from their body. They let walking become unconscious, and that's when danger creeps in. Because walking is no longer just a background task in older age, it is a front and center act of self-preservation. An old martial arts proverb says, "A strong man stands, a wise man walks, and those who walk wisely rarely fall." It's important to say this. These habits don't guarantee perfection. Life is unpredictable. Accidents happen. But what they do offer is prevention with purpose. A way to walk through aging with dignity, not as victims of gravity, but as partners with it. Every older man deserves to know this, that walking can still be a triumph, that each step can mean something. These quiet adjustments, these secret habits, they're not tricks, they're truths, earned through living, practiced through pain, perfected through patience. So, if you're reading this for yourself, try it. Next time you walk, go slower, breathe deeper, feel the ground, engage your core. Speak to yourself quietly, guide your body with your mind. It may feel awkward at first, but soon it becomes your rhythm, your way, and your protection. If you're reading this for someone you love, share it, not with lectures, but with stories. Ask them how they used to walk. Ask them how it feels now. Encourage them to walk not just more, but better. Because the truth is, falls don't just steal mobility, they steal confidence. And when a man starts to fear his own legs, he stops moving. And when he stops moving, life narrows. But when he walks with these 5 habits, he gets something back, not just balance, but belief. A belief that his body, though older, still listens, still learns, still leads. And maybe, just maybe, that's what really keeps him steady. Not just stronger legs, but a stronger sense of self. One that says, with every step, I am still here. I am still walking. And I'm not done yet.